Oh my god, my hair looks ridiculous. This is not the droid you're looking for. Good morning, welcome to this almost full-size edition of Coffee and Snakes. The reason I bring up almost full-size is if I pan this down, you will see the star of our brief segment today. So let me go ahead and get everything rolling, so that way we have a good time here in coffee. And snakes. Let's go ahead and start. Good morning, everyone. Oh, come on, baby. So, when you get big snakes, I need to start working with this one a little bit more. So, this is our big Dumeril girl. And she's been looking good. I was talking a little bit about previous episodes about discussing things like infection. So if you receive an infection for particular reasons, hello, beautiful. Usually with an infection in a snake, because there is no way to look directly almost into that skin area, you will start to see things like bumps or bulges in places where you would not normally see bumps or swelling or anything like that. This one apparently got a tooth infection recently. What we did was we made sure that she was very hydrated. So always keep water, because with snakes, really the majority of their thing is just water, drinking water. So she's the one that drank an entire pint of water in front of me one day, and obviously she's got really beautiful. That's a big set of snake to keep hydrated. So I love her so much. With the infections, obviously, if it's a minor infection, you can treat it. If it is a worse infection, you do need to see some sort of specialist, some sort of veterinarian, or at least contact a pet store and see, what they have. As far as antibiotics, there is a Bactine. There is a veterinary Bactine that we use, and it comes in a green bottle. Make sure that you do read the instructions on how to set up that medication for your kids, because the most important thing is you don't want to accidentally misread the directions and overdose on any medication for the snakes. I love her so much. Yep. And this is why people get the Dumeril, because they are very calm, usually. Beautiful patterning. Like I said, I just have to work with her a little bit more often, but she is such a good-natured snake. Yeah. You want me to prop your head? May I prop your head up? Such a fantastic creature. It does take some work, though. When I got my rotator cuff injury in March, this was one of the ones that I couldn't actually lift. I'm still actually having issues with rotator cuff injury, obviously, because it is one of those things that will never heal, I guess. But I'm going to go ahead and look into that laser thing that you can find on the internet, that is okay for both animals and humans, in case, anything ever comes up, such as, issues with, like, open wounds that are treatable, at least, on that home front there, So. But yeah, such a great, man, I just love feeling the amount of body mass that, that this one has. It's just so fantastic. Dumeral boa, subspecies, the smaller version of the endangered Madagascar ground boa. There we go. It still hurts me a little bit because my primary left hand, or my primary hand is my left hand. So with the snakes, make sure that, you know, if you are experiencing any muscle fatigue or anything like that, or experiencing any injury, keep that in mind, because if you've got these goons, these big kids. Oh, sorry. She is a little bit touchy, but she's very, very calm. Super, super docile. Very forgiving. But yeah, so getting back a little bit to infection, make sure they always have water, and also, if they can feed, try to get them to eat, because, you know, don't hold off on the food if there is infection, because what you're doing with the food is, number one, you're actually forcing, or you're not forcing anything because it's a natural occurrence anyway. So what you're doing is you are reintroducing just a common action. And in the wild, obviously, they don't come to humans and say, hey, look, listen, I busted my tooth while I was attacking this thing because I actually misjudged and I hit a log instead. So obviously, they've been around for millions and millions of years. So, you know, don't try to do too much over the top. You know, don't get in their face a lot. You know, don't bug them too much, but do what you can to make sure that they are hydrated. Make sure that if it is a bad thing, get them to the doctor as soon as possible. And then also make sure that you are on a feeding schedule, or try to get them to eat when they can, because their body will work it out naturally. These guys are so amazing. Oops, I said that these guys thing again. Hi, baby. Fantastic. I just love this one so much. But that is the idea of coffee and snakes, really. I mean, number one, don't come to me, listen to my banter for 8 minutes on one particular snake species, and then assume that you know everything about them. This is just a brief introduction on these particular creatures and how they, you know. Oh, how can you not? Oh, yeah. So yeah, this is just, my videos are just a brief introduction. I mean, I've been doing this for 3 years, but really I am not the complete and absolute expert, but I've been doing it long enough to have experienced some trauma, but also experienced some success as well. And so that's a good thing. All right. Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. Talking about infections, make sure that you are treating the area. Make sure that you do have some sort of antibacterial, you know, some sort of antibiotic for any like small swelling. Once again, get to a doctor if it is a big or a bad thing that you know that you can't handle on your own, or if you have no idea what just happened, or if it shows up immediately. Call somebody immediately and get that taken care of, because some things can take, you know, days to show up, and other things, depending on the size of the creature and all sorts of things, you know, can take less time to react and respond. So, but anyway, I want to thank you particularly for coming and hanging out with us here with this beautiful Calypso. I love this one so much. Such an amazing thing. I mean, she's really why I started calling them dogs. Because, I mean, look at that little eyebrow there. That little... Mm. Just amazing. Also, with this segment, with this creative idea that I'm actually running through with this vlog, I might actually hop in and do some AMSR. Of course, you know, I have to read up on that and try to figure out what it is and stuff like that. But I saw it on Tosh.0. Yeah. All right. She is just doing such a great job. Wow. You see that eye movement? Fantastic. Beautiful, clear eyes. Her infection was so bad that you could actually see it on the top of her head, and that's when I started to get nervous. When it was an interior infection issue, because I had dealt with interior infection issues before. Obviously, I'm not going to like make her gargle with saltwater mouthwash or anything like that. But that was why we decided to get her boosted up on the food. You know, get her intake of food in there, so that way all the working you know, intricacies of her body would actually work on their own. Not only that, but with head infection, you know, I mean, if you've got something that you're trying to, if you've got a big mass that you're inserting into an area, obviously whatever course that abscess was taking to drain, you know, it's going to drain a little bit faster. Obviously, sometimes that's not always the best way to take care of situations, but in that case, this time it did actually work for us. Mm. You know what? She feels like a nice, cool, big, thick silica, like, you know, wet towel. Oh. Oh. Makes these pajamas feel so good. Oh, it's a nice, cool pillow, nice, warm body. Anyway, okay. So thank you so much for joining us. This was a long version, but I love the doom roll, and the banding patterns and the colorations are so cool. But yeah, like I said, I'm thinking about doing an AMSR, because snake topics, I mean, you could basically talk yourself up, but, you know, and really, it's all about them anyway, so, well, you know. Snakes and coffee. Coffee and steak, shout out. Oh. And then we pull it right back. Oh, I love you. You're such a cute kid. Oh, I know. Okay, all of those things that you never wanted to know about me. Oh my gosh, she's talking to snakes like dogs again. Okay, well, like I said, thank you very much for joining us for this episode of, I believe this is the 22nd episode of Coffee and Snakes. Make sure that you shout out to Rainbow Den Reptile and Rescue. And that's where we are. That's where you will be able to find us. Conveniently located in Multnomah County, Oregon. Oh. I mean, they really are the coolest animals. They do not wake me up at 5 o'clock every morning having to go outside. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I just love this thing so much. Okay, that really is enough. I mean, I really don't have anything else to say. I'm just showing off the snake. Oops, sorry, kid. Was that a kiss? It was an accidental kiss. Rad, dude. yeah, big snakes like these, if you have any injuries for arms and stuff like that, or any other, long-term injuries, it's a great way to get yourself exercised, and it is a great way to learn how to move your muscles. But carefully. Awesome. That's a lot. It looks like a lot of snake, but she's really not too bad. Come on, no tail whips, bro. Okay. Like I said, it is an activity. They can be a handful, but yeah, they truly are amazing. And they're really not that difficult to take care of. Anyway, thank you so much, and let me go ahead and upload this to YouTube, and we will see you guys again next time. Thanks for hanging out with an extra long version of Coffee and Snakes. And this time, I will, for sure, tell you, have a great day. Coffee and Snakes. Oh, that's good.